Welcome. We're David and Hillary, and this is our movie preview for the movie My Dead Friend Zoe. This movie was released on February 28th, 2025. It's rated R for language and had a runtime of about 1 hour, 43 minutes. My Dead Friend Zoe is about an Army veteran named Merritt, played by Sonequa Martin Green, who has PTSD and is trying to figure out how to re-enter society in a productive way. She's had an incident at work and now is required to go to group therapy for veterans, and she's not happy about it.
Well, good news, bad news. The group is led by Dr. Cole, who is played by Morgan Freeman, always amazing. Bad news, Merritt doesn't like group therapy, mostly because she doesn't want to talk about what she's been through.
Yeah, that's tough. And part of her coping mechanism is that her friend Zoe, played by Natalie Morales, excuse me. Yes, I'm choked up by the performance of Natalie Morales, which actually was really good.
It was really great.
Who Zoe served with Merritt in Afghanistan, and Zoe in this movie goes pretty much wherever Merritt goes. They're together all the time. And oh, by the way, Zoe's dead, which is not really a spoiler because it's in the title.
It is. I mean, there's probably not a surprise there. My Dead Friend Zoe.
Right.
Yeah. As if Merritt needs one more thing on her plate, her mother, played by Gloria Rubin, asks her to look after her veteran grandfather, played by Ed Harris, who is starting to struggle with dementia.
Yeah, so the question is, how does Merritt deal with all these different pressures in her life? And by the way, how long is Zoe going to stick around?
I like the tagline for the movie. It says, "Grief can be a funny thing."
Yeah.
So we saw the previews for this, and I couldn't decide. I thought, okay, are we going to like this, or is this going to be a little weird? And
Right.
I really, really liked this movie.
Yeah, we both did.
Really liked it. Yeah.
It was really well done. And when it says grief can be a funny thing, Zoe's personality is kind of snarky, and she's always, trying to be funny and add levity to the situation, which overall, it's a very serious topic of handling with veterans and PTSD. But the humor was not handled in a junior high humor kind of way.
Right.
And so it added to the experience in a positive way. And the other thing I liked, I was thinking about it, it's rated R, but it's rated R for language. Another filmmaker might have thought it would be appropriate to make Zoe look dead or look gross as the movie, more gross as the movie went on or something. They didn't do anything like that.
Right.
So it's really just rated R for language. There are some rated R words. There's some crass, inappropriate flirting in a couple of the military scenes. There's more of it in the beginning and less of it as the movie goes on. I would say for rated R language, it would be in the low category.
Yeah, I think if you keep in mind, you're not at a PG-13. You're at a rated R movie.
Yeah.
But in that category, it's on the lower end of R for sure. I did think that it was very respectful of PTSD.
Yep.
I thought even the humor, like you said, it was funny but not goofy.
Yeah.
And the acting was great. When you get into a movie and you forget you're watching actors, that means they're doing their job.
That's right.
So it was really well done.
I mean, if you know all those actors, you would expect it to be good because they're all talented, and it was great acting. The story was really good. It held my interest the whole way through. I really liked it. So we liked it, but generally speaking, if someone's watching this and they're still unsure, who do you think would want to see this movie?
I mean, I think because the idea in this movie is universal, I would think everybody would want to see this movie, except, of course, like the age limit. It's just such a well done, thoughtful treatment of a very serious subject.
Yeah.
So especially if you are a veteran or your loved ones maybe have served, I think that it's helpful.
Yeah.
I would say take a friend, especially if maybe we could say who doesn't want to see this movie. If you struggle with PTSD,
right,
you might want to wait and see it at home. Maybe if you need to shut it off at times or walk away, just maybe go with a friend or watch it at home.
Yeah, I mean, we're not counselors. We're not qualified to say who should or shouldn't see the movie for those kinds of reasons. But if discussions on PTSD trigger you, or if you just don't like movies that discuss difficult topics, then it's probably not for you. There is one scary scene. It's super fast. I don't even think it's really rated R, but it is kind of jarring. You don't expect it.
Right.
The language, of course, if you don't want any rated R language, I mean, you kind of know that just when you look the movie up. But and it's not for kids. But it was really well made. We really liked it, and I gave it a score of 92 on a scale of 1 to 100, which is a good solid A-. It's a good movie, and if you get a chance, we think you should see it.
Yeah, there was one quote that was in the trailer, so I don't mind sharing it on the preview. But I loved this quote by the doctor that was Dr. Cole, played by Morgan Freeman, and he said, at one point he says to Merritt, he says, "I would think seriously about what living in the past is worth." Yeah. So I just thought that, I mean, everybody needs to hear that. That's a great quote. So
definitely. Well, thanks for joining us. I hope this gives you some good information to help you make a decision on whether or not you want to see My Dead Friend Zoe. For now, we're David and Hillary.
The movie was My Dead Friend Zoe, and that's our preview.